Thank you for tuning in to a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. If you're going with that grown-ass man, Derrick Henry, be sure to leave a like on this video.
And if you are rolling with Darius Leonard, the best middle linebacker in the NFL and the Indianapolis Colts, make sure to drop a comment below.
Let's go into the AFC South. We're going to be talking about the Titans, who are 1-point favorites on the road in Indianapolis. Good thing for Indianapolis, they won't have an atmospheric river developing anywhere near the stadium this week as they're playing inside Lucas Oil. I went with them last week, obviously, as a reverse jinx, hoping that my Niners would actually get that win. Turns out that it just added a game to me in the pick'em. So I guess I will take that victory. One thing in the Colts' benefit, Carson Wentz has been playing really well through the last couple of games. Take away what happened in the weather. You figured most of the quarterbacks were going to turn over the ball. There was going to be some sloppiness. He could have had an 80-yard touchdown, Nyheim Hines, and the game plan turned into, let's just pick on these 49ers DBs and just throw balls that will be defensive pass interference. And hey, credit to them. It worked. He did get benefited from this, that his interception, which was one of the worst interceptions in league history, got turned into a fumble. So he still technically only has the one interception on the year. The Titans are coming into this game. They are on fire, though. Beat the brakes off of the Chiefs, just absolutely decimated them. As a Patrick Mahomes fantasy owner, the fact that I had to look up at one point and see Patrick Mahomes had negative fantasy points for me definitely just hit me in the chest, hit me in the heart there. I got to tell you, though, I am upset at you for this one because I, in my heart of hearts, wanted to go with the Titans last week, but you talked me into the Chiefs. You said Patrick Mahomes, and I was like, you know what? Can the Chiefs really go 3-4? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't make sense to me. So I ended up going with the Titans, even though if you look back at that preview video, I said all these things, everything that you would say if you were going with the Titans, and then I went with the Chiefs. So I hate myself for that one, but will I make the same mistake this week? The Titans did win this game earlier in the year. Do I see them sweeping the Colts? I guess it's a question. Do I see them sweeping the Colts when the Colts have been playing better football over the last few weeks? I'm going to say the Colts get the stop here. I'm going to say that the Colts get the upset victory here at home. Being the home underdog, I think, is always a thing that you look at Vegas-wise and question. And this in a division game, I think the Colts will step up and play their best football in this game. So, yep, riding with Indy. What about you, Kyle?
This is the classic letdown game, isn't it, for the Titans, that they've now beaten the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs in back-to-back weeks. The Chiefs one was difficult because they won the game with no Derrick Henry rushing touchdowns. And if you're like myself, cradling my Mahomes jersey at the end of that game, like that was one of the easier ones left on the schedule for the Chiefs. Like their schedule is the hardest in the NFL the rest of the season. The Titans were one of the easy ones that they were supposed to get a win, and they couldn't even get that one. So Kansas City's going to beat up on the Giants this week as a tune-up, but who knows? Maybe they'll beat the Packers by 21 next week and we'll stop worrying about the Chiefs. But I think that the obligatory what's wrong with the Chiefs conversations this week were a little bit well-deserved at this point. To bring it back to this game, I am going to roll again contrarian and take the Tennessee Titans to sweep the season series against the Indianapolis Colts because I feel confident that the Tennessee Titans are a better team than the Indianapolis Colts. Do I feel confident in this game? No, it's a total toss-up. I'm just hoping that you messed up and then I can win the game anyways. But even still, I think that Tennessee...
Here's the key. Tell me it's a freebie, Kyle. Tell me it's a freebie. Go ahead.
Not a freebie.
I dare you.
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, and I'm going to take my odds with that. I'm going to take my odds with a 50-50 coin toss type of game, and maybe I can gain a game back after dropping one last week. But even still, I do like the Titans to win the season series against the Colts because the Titans are a better team than the Colts. I love the Carson Wentz stat that they called it a fumble on the shuffle pass, but I love that before that, Carson Wentz had the longest streak without throwing an interception in the NFL this year. He still currently has it because he only threw the one. And after him, I believe, is Matt Ryan, which is wonderful. It was either that or Matt Ryan held the record before Carson Wentz took it over. It's something like that because these interception stats are just weird in the NFL like that. But yeah, Carson Wentz has been limiting the turnovers, game managing his way to a QBR that puts him in the top half of the league. So Carson Wentz is not an abjectly terrible quarterback. And that's something that maybe some people weren't certain about coming into this year. Colts defense battled injuries, getting back to full health. Quentin Nelson's coming back slowly but steadily for the Colts at this point. So they're getting there with the injury types. The Titans obviously are recovering from injuries as well. I just like the Titans offense to be able to generate points against the Indianapolis Colts this week. So I will roll with the Music City for, I think, the first time this year. I think I've picked against the Titans against the Seahawks, picked against them against the Chiefs. So I think this is the first time I'm rolling with the Tennessee Titans this year.